Next lady coming to the stage is another personal friend of mine. I'm a fan of hers and friend of hers. And actually, in May, she had a mild aneurysm. Then she had a stroke. So it's completely amazing that she's here tonight. I'm so happy to welcome her in this showcase. She looks great. She's hilarious as hell. Please give it up for Courtney
Hey people, I'm here to say I recommend everybody ought to have at least one stroke. You got people in your life you would like to forget? Have a stroke. You will not remember their asses tomorrow. You got a job you hate? Invite your boss, have a stroke. You will not remember him either. So I started out as a little bitty girl. And my mama named me, she thought it was nice, Charlotte, Alberta. And the black folk in the English pronounce it Charlotte, Alberta. I grew up and got a real job, and my boss called me Charlotte the Harlot. Until I got his ass fired. And my grandmother, bless her soul, she called me Chief. She's like, you don't like Charlotte? Forget that name. Let's call you Chief. So she called me Chief Ka. Because she said I was the wisest one-year-old she ever met. So I'm trying to get used to that name. You can tell me before the end of the set if you like Chief Ka, we ought to stick with Courtney or go back to Charlotte the Harlot, you know. Got some choices here. Yes, I had a stroke, people. Let me tell you something. I'm here representing, I was going to represent the Brain Society, but forget them. I'm here to represent y'all. You got a boss that you hate? Invite him. Have a stroke. You got people you would like to forget? Have a stroke. When you come through on the other side, you ain't gonna even remember the asses. They be like, my name is Doris. You be like, Doris who? You got a boss you hate? Invite him or her. Have a stroke, biatch. But I didn't start out having a stroke. I started out as a regular individual. When I was born, my mother thought it was very nice to name me something English. So she called me Charlotte, Alberta. And then the regular Americans and black people just call me Charlotte, the harlot. That is until I got the asses fired. And then my grandma, who was really a cool individual, she's like, let's forget that name. You don't have to call you that. Let's call you Chief. Because I'm here to tell you, Chief, you the wisest baby I ever met. You know everything. You give good advice. So I'm struggling still with the Chief. I'll go back to Charlotte the Harlot. Because my chakra reader told me that your Charlotte is a better, stronger name than Courtney. But Courtney is way cooler than Charlotte, because ain't nobody never called me Courtney to hort me or nothing. You know? Courtney who the owl is, none of that, you know, just only the Charlotte got called the harlot until she got people fired and then they ain't like her at all. But let me say this, I started out not having a stroke, but just trying to deal with a really English name like Charlotte. Okay? Because I ain't like the English people. All right? I see them playing English, tennis at Wimbledon. They shooting at the pigeons. Talking about the pigeons pooping on the tables. You ever taste British food? That poop probably made it taste good. Let me say this. I am standing here after going through a stroke. I met the hottest guy on the planet just before that stroke. But that stroke erased his name. So I'm here to say to you again, you got people in your life you would like to forget? Have a stroke, folk. You got a job you hate? Invite the boss to have a stroke. My name is Courtney Carr. I'm thinking about Chief Carr. Thank you for helping me to celebrate life.